How is each and everyone out there on this wet and rainy, cold Sunday evening? I hope all is well. Please take this necessary time to get your thoughts back in alignment as an individual, and also take this necessary time, this quality time, to spend with your significant one and your children by drawing more close to one another and building up that family bond and unit within your household. As for myself, I'm still in motion because of my God, and I'm still working dearly and ruthlessly because of my God. I won't take up too much of y'all folks' time. I will be reading aloud out of the book of Luke, chapter 15, verses 11 through 32, speaking about the prodigal son. I was once the prodigal son in my past and present by living a debauched life and living recklessly. When I look back at my life, at that time, particular time, I don't beat myself down. I learn from it, I evolve from it, and I let go of that old mindset that the prodigal son had before he came back to his senses. So please bear with me. I'm now in the book of Luke, chapter 15, and I will be reading aloud verses 11 through 32. Then he said, a man had 2 sons, and the younger one said to his father, Father, give me the share of the property that should come to me. So he divided his belongings between them. A few days later, the younger son gathered all his things together and traveled to a distant country, and there squandered his property by living a debauched life. When he had spent everything, a severe famine occurred throughout that country, and he fell into need. He even went and attached himself to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his fields to herd swine. And he longed to be filled with the carob pods that the swine were eating, but no one would give him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, how many of my father's hired men have more than enough bread, while I am dying here from hunger? I would get up and travel to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy of being called your son. Make me as one of your hired men. So he got up and went to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father caught sight of him and was moved with pity. And he ran and embraced him and tenderly kissed him. Then the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy of being called your son. But the father said to his slaves, Quick, bring out a robe, the best one, and clothe him with it, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. Also bring the fatted calf, slaughter it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead, but has come to life again. He was lost and has been found. And they started to enjoy themselves. Now his older son was in the field, and as he returned and got near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants to him and asked what was happening. He said to him, Your brother has come, and your father slaughtered the fatted calf because he got him back in good health. But he became angry and refused to go in. And then his father came out and began to plead with him. In reply, he said to his father, Look, these many years I have slaved for you, and never once did I disobey your orders. And yet you never once gave me a young goat to enjoy with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours arrived who squandered your belongings with prostitutes, you slaughtered the fatted calf for him. Then he said to him, My son, you have always been with me, and all the things that are mine are yours. But we just had to celebrate and rejoice, for your brother was dead, but has come to life. He was lost and has been found. Like I said, people, I just read aloud the book of Luke, chapter 15, verses 11 through 32, speaking about the prodigal son. This is many verses, so like I said, I won't take up too much of y'all folks' time. Excuse me. If you're able to relate to this illustration, not only figuratively but literally, if you was once a prodigal son, or I'm speaking to the women too, a prodigal daughter, and you was given an inheritance in whatever way been passed down to you, and you squander it, and you live a debauchery life. You know, you went through the trials and error of your thoughts, your ways, and your actions that left you not only in a desperate state, a desperate state, of help, because you didn't manage your inheritance. You lived a reckless life, and at that time, maybe you was young, you was inexperienced, whatever the case may be. Just look back at that time in your life and know that, wow, I experienced that, I went through that, and everything that came with that, I deserved that, because ultimately I made the choices and decisions at that time to live that life or pursue that type of lifestyle. Now that you learn from it, that experience, you grow from it, and you evolve from it, you can look back and say, I'm not going to beat myself down. This was an experience that God allowed me to go through. Now that I came back to my senses, I no longer think that way, live that way, or be around people that continue on in that way. So continue to evolve, people, and learn about yourself and everything that you're striving to be in life by pursuing a more positive life, optimistic life. Don't think about the outcome. Get the outcome to God. You just focus on the present time of who you are and the things that you continue to do. Like I said, take your time, do your own homework, and please go in the book of Luke, chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. That's the book of Luke, chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. If you're not able to comprehend it at one time, read one verse at a time. Whatever way you're able to gather this information and soak it into your mind and heart, do it, please. And ask God to help His Holy Spirit move through you and help you comprehend it by giving you clarification. So please take the time and make time to go in the book of Luke, chapter 15, and read verses 11 through 32. Do it with your family as well, and with your children, and show and teach them about this prodigal son or prodigal daughter. Let them know that with their life experiences, with life brains, they may go and pursue that type of lifestyle. But when they come back to their senses, when they come back to God, God will accept them back with open arms and with care, knowing that they no longer want to live a reckless life or a debauched life. They want to live a godly life, a peaceful life. I love all y'all. I hope these words are encouraging. I hope these words are uplifting. It's something that you can learn and use in your everyday life. Peace.